Hello. Today we're going to talk about the ethics in media management. Ethics. Well, ethics are about the basic questions of right and wrong. It involves the character and conduct of individuals and institutions, including organizations, companies, a branch of philosophy dealing with the moral aspects of life, and reflects a society's norms about what is morally right and wrong. Ethics can be questionable because some people have different feelings about what's right and wrong than others. Ethical decision making in media industries. There are 5 ethical duties, according to the writers in the book, that media employees of all levels of management should adhere to. The duty to themselves, the duty to their audience, duty to their employer or company, duty to their colleagues, and a duty to society as a whole. Ethics are complex. There are always extenuating circumstances, different alternatives, a mixture of things that could happen. Ethical norms provide a means for making informed decision. Ethical norms form a basis for societal beliefs. So ethical norms are a set of theories derived from the study of ethical principles. And here are some of those ethical norms. They're all in your book. I'm not going to go through each one individually, but they're all a little bit different from each other. And different people have different beliefs on what are ethical norms. Ethical codes and missions. There are 2 ways for media companies to publicly identify their values. One is a code of ethics, a published statement or creed of conduct for an organization and its members. Now, the positive side of this is that the codes avoid the problems of individual interpretations. The negative side is the codes are a form of self-censorship and often can be very vague to protect themselves. And then there is the mission statement. This identifies an organization's purpose and their values. The responsibility of every manager in the organization is to follow through with the mission statement. Purpose provides direction, responds to the needs of the public's interests in the organization, and it energizes employees. Ethical issues in media management. Serving the market or the marketplace. So they're all different. Every aspect of media management is a little bit different. Radio and television required to service the public interest. They are required to by law to serve the public interest. There's no guidance provided with rules or regulations since deregulation in the 80s with Ronald Reagan. The burden is on management to define what the public interest is. That's where it gets complicated. To maintain a profitable business, ethical issues arise when business interests eclipse other obligations. And the need of the public and the need of the market are a very delicate balance. A key is to stay actively involved in the community and always act responsibly towards your audience. Controversy over content, it's everywhere. There's sexual content, and there are rules in place in media to protect children in that area. Violence, managers have to determine which shows the audience will accept and which they won't. Children's programming, they have to balance the network's programming choices with their own personal moral objections or attitudes towards programming and where children are concerned. And social media content, tweets and inflammatory posts that incite controversy. Ethics in news and in public affairs, the questions of truth and accuracy. Truth establishes trust. It makes you credible. But there's the right to privacy. The public's right to know should not impinge on the privacy of other people. Citizen journalists, that means that anybody could be a journalist. Nowadays with a smartphone or a camera, people can share video. It's up to the management to make sure that they use this information to the best of their ability and that they verify that it's authentic. Conflicts of interest. Managers must watch for if people offer them gifts or other considerations that would impair the ability of a reporter. So the reporter can't say, take me to dinner and I will write this really great story about your restaurant. Give me a free dinner and I'll take care of you. It doesn't work that way. Personal relationships may develop with news sources that could create conflict of interest. Confidentiality, there are shield laws that protect reporters from having to reveal the names of their confidential sources. Managers can get caught between the reporter and their organization because the reporter doesn't want to name the sources and the organization wants to be on the good side of the people, and it can get very complicated. Pressures from advertisers. This is a big one. Advertisers could object to a story about their product and threaten to pull their advertising, but if the product is doing some kind of harm to people in its news, should it be reported? These are managerial decisions that are made every day. Sorry. Ethics in sales and marketing. We see this all the time as well. Responsibility to the audience, the truth in commercial advertising. We don't say that take this pill and you will lose 75 pounds in 2 weeks. We know that's impossible, and we have to use ethical means in our sales and marketing to make sure that we're advertising products that are truthful in the sale of the product. Responsibilities to one's conscience. Salespeople should have good ethical principles. Responsibility to the customers, truth with our clients. Responsibility to the community and responsibility to the company. Implementing an ethical program. Right up front, when you hire people, you should tell them your mission statement. You should clarify the values of the organization, and the company should create a code of ethics. In order to develop an ethics program, you should orient all the employees to the principles, conduct ethics seminars, I'm sure we've all been through those, and discuss ethical issues. Regularly evaluate the ethics program. This is to keep you on the up and up. This is so that there's a lot of eyes looking at you. And when you have an ethical program in place, everybody knows what the codes are and everybody understands the values of the organization. This week's assignment. Media management must consider controversial issues such as those that were in the readings this week. Review the examples of issues that managers must deal with while still providing interesting and exciting content to viewers, like sexual content, violence, children's programs, social media content, or others. Do some research and find an example of controversial content. Explain how the media management handled the situation and what you might have done differently. Look for the ethical norms that are listed in the book. Which of those norms was either missing or present in that situation? And here's a breakdown of them if you don't have your book with you. And the norms are below, the golden mean through social responsibility theory. And I hope you enjoy this assignment. It should be a fun and interesting one for you, and have a great week.